Good morning. We're on lesson 9, module 5, and this is our last day with shapes, quarters, halves, and all that stuff. Tomorrow we'll be doing clocks. So let's read the directions and get started. Label the shaded part of each picture as 1/2 of the shape or 1/4 of the shape. So let's look. Is this 1/2 or 1/4 that's shaded? What part is that? So we know the 1/4, right? 1/4. So it goes like that. 1/4, that's a fraction. This one has 2 pieces, and how much is shaded? Good. 1/2. Next they ask us, which shape has been cut into more equal parts? How many parts are here? And how many parts are here? So which shape, A or shape B, has been cut into more equal parts? Write A, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2. So we're going to write A on the line. Which shape has larger equal parts? Is this larger or is this larger? Good. So we write B on the line. Which shape has smaller equal parts? Is this smaller, or is that smaller? Good, it's A. Nice job, guys. Okay, so there's 2 parts. So when we write our little fraction, it looks like 1/2, and there's 4, so it's 1/4. Okay, which shape has been cut into more equal parts? 2 or 4? So it's B. Good job. Which shape has larger equal parts? Oh, my hand is shaking. I think I'm holding this funny. There. Which shape has larger equal parts? Are these parts larger or are these parts larger? So it's letter A. Good job. Which shape has smaller equal parts? Which one has smaller ones? Is this one smaller than this one? So what shape is that? B. Good job. Circle the shape that has a larger shaded part. Circle the phrase that makes the sentence true. There's a lot of reading today, huh? So circle the shape that has a larger shaded part. Which one is larger shaded? Circle it. Good. So I'm going to circle that one because I can tell this one's divided into 4 and this one's divided into 2, so I can tell that one's bigger. The larger shaded part is 1/2 of or 1/4 of. Is this half or 1/4? How many parts are there? 2, so that means it's half. So we're going to circle 1/2 of. Let's read it together. The larger shaded part is 1/2 of the whole shape. Okay, turn the page. Let's see what we're doing this one. Oh, we're going to color. Color part of the shape to match its label. Circle the phrase that would make the statement true. I'm going to put my pencil down for a second. I'm almost going to sneeze. I'm trying to hold it in a little bit. I wonder if everybody's allergies have been going crazy, or is it just mine? Excuse me, I'm sorry. 1/2 of the circle is larger than, is smaller than, is the same size as 1/4 of the circle. So let's first divide the circles. So I'm going to make 1/2 because I have 2 pieces. If it's half, it's 2. And on this side, it's going to say 1/4 of the circle, so I have to divide it into 4 parts. And I'm trying to do it as evenly as I can. Okay, I'm going to color what it says. So 1/2, I'm going to color 1/2. And I'm going to color 1/4. 4. Oops. 1/4. now I'm going to circle the statement that makes it true. 1/2 of the circle is larger than 1/4, is smaller than 1/4, or is the same size? Well, I know it's not the same size, for sure. So 1/2 of the circle, is it larger? I think it's larger, because look, that's a lot bigger than that piece. So I'm going to circle is larger than. 1/2 of the circle is larger than 1/4 of the circle. Okay, let's do number 5. 1/4 of the rectangle. So I'm going to divide this one into fourths, because it's quarters, remember, and that's fourth. And this one I'm going to divide into 1/2. So I'm going to make it into a half as carefully as I can. Okay, now I'm going to circle 1/4 of this. I'm going to color 1/4 of the rectangle, and I'm going to color 1/2 of the rectangle. And now I'm going to read it with you. There are so many words today. 1/4 of the rectangle is larger than. Is it larger? I don't think so. 1/4 of the rectangle is smaller than. It looks smaller to me. 1/4 of the rectangle is the same size. Well, I can tell right away it's not the same size. So is it smaller than? Let's circle smaller than. 1/4 of the rectangle is smaller than 1/2 of the rectangle. Perfect. And the last one. 1/4 of the square. So we know we have to put them into quarters. So that's 4, because quarters are 4. And 1/4 of the square. Ooh, they're kind of tricking us, because we know that quarters and fourth both mean that it needs to be in 4 pieces. Okay, so let's color 1/4, and let's color 1/4, and let's read it to circle the right one. 1/4 of the square is larger than. 1/4 of the square is smaller than. 1/4 of the square is the same size as 1/4 of the square. Is that what the right answer is? Good job, you guys. It's the same size. They couldn't trick us. You can go ahead and keep going with your homework. We'll do a couple of the questions just to get us started, because these are short today and they're going pretty fast. Label the shaded part of each picture as 1/2 of the shape or 1/4 of the shape. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to label it as 1/4. 1 line 4. That's a fraction. This one says there's 2 parts, so it's half. So we put a 1 and then a half. Okay? Which picture has been cut into more equal parts? Which one? A or B? Right, there's 4 there and 2 there, so we know A is the answer. Which picture has larger equal parts? Good, B. Which picture has smaller equal parts? That one's smaller, huh? A. Write whether the shaded part of each shape is a half or a quarter. So a half is going to be 2 and a quarter is 4. So we're going to write whether the shaded part of each shape is 1/2 or 1/4. So should we write, why don't we write the word half? Okay, well, there's 2. So we're going to write half. And how many are there? Half. How many are here? 4, so that's a quarter. So you write quarter. That's a Q. U-A-R-T-E-R. If you want to pause the video, you can, and then you can catch up. There's 2, so is 2 half or quarter? Half. Good. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. So is that a quarter? Is there a 4? So that's a quarter. Q-U-A-R-T-E-R. And again, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's quarter. Q-U-A-R-T-E-R. And there's 2. So what does that mean? Is it a half or a quarter? Good, half. H-A-L-F. And the last one, ooh, it's divided into 4. But how much did they shade? Yeah, they shaded half, so we're gonna write half on that one. They were trying to trick us. They couldn't, because we're paying attention. Okay, turn the page. Color part of each shape to match its label. Circle the phrase that would make the statement true. It's what we did on the other page. 1/4 of this square. So we need to divide it into quarters. And we're going to color 1/4. Okay? And this one says 1/2 of the square. So half means we're going to divide it into 2 pieces, 2 equal pieces, and color half. We're going to read the sentence and circle the one that makes the sentence true. 1/4 of the square is larger than 1/2 of the square. 1/4 of the square is smaller than 1/2 of the square. Or 1/4 of the square is the same size as 1/2 of the square. Is that smaller or larger? It's smaller than, good. 1/4 of the square is smaller than 1/2 of the square. Part B, 1/4 of the rectangle. So we're going to divide it, whoops, into quarters. And this one is 1/4 of the rectangle. And what is 4th and quarters? Yes, they're both 4 parts. Good job. And if my lines were straighter, that would be better. But that's as good as I could get it. And then we're going to color 1/4 of the rectangle and 1/4 of the rectangle. Okay, let's try and figure out which one they want us to circle. 1/4 of the rectangle is the same size as 1/4 of the rectangle. Does that look like they're the same size? Yeah, because 1/4 and 1/4 mean the same thing. Okay, and then we have a template again. And if you want to go ahead and do some more shape practices and partition them and say this is 1/2 and this is 1/4, and you can shade it if you want to. If you feel like you want some more practice, you can do it, but you don't have to. It's up to you. Okay? Have a good day.